President Biden has also ordered new sanctions and is promising to do more as the fight for democracy in Myanmar is now heating up. Protesters remain defiant against the military that seized power in the beginning of the month. The seizure of power reversed the democratic gains that nation had made. So what happens next? Ian Pannell reports.
On the streets of Myanmar, sit-ins, chanting, and marches. People trying to make their voices heard against a violent and oppressive military junta that's once again taken control of the country. Over the past few days, protests in the country have swelled. 27-year-old Shan Mayong joined tens of thousands of others, peacefully taking to the streets to declare, "We will fight for our democracy."
I can risk my life to get the democracy back.
Myanmar spent decades under repressive military rule. In 2015, Aung San Suu Kyi became the first democratically elected leader after years under house arrest. She was re-elected late last year, her party taking the majority of seats. But the all-powerful military disputed the results. And a little over a week ago, they detained Aung San Suu Kyi, and she hasn't been heard from or seen since. In an attempt to quash the opposition, the country's military shutting down the internet in some parts of the country and imposing a nationwide curfew. So far, it hasn't deterred protesters. From women in elegant ball gowns to Buddhist monks in flowing robes, and ethnic minority groups coming out to protest in support in a striking show of unity. Demonstrators holding up the three-finger salute from the Hunger Games film that was adopted by Thai protesters last year, a show of resistance against the junta. Some placing red roses on the body armour of police as they held the line. But in a warning of what may be to come, police at times responding with force. One terrible incident has rallied the crowds. This woman in critical condition after being shot in the back of her head. Shan led a group of his students to the US Embassy building in Yangon today.
Everyone deserves to live free in every country.
These protests are different from those of the past, he says. The people have now had a taste of democracy for 5 years, and they're not ready to let it go and go back to the days where dissent could mean death.
I only live in my life. Today is the last day. It's time to change for our country. So I fight for generation, for my generation, for my people.
Just yesterday, President Biden approved an executive order allowing the US to sanction individuals and entities connected to the coup. But for now, the military is standing ground. They're even drafting a draconian internet security bill that would require providers to give up users' information. Those deemed a threat can face up to 3 years in jail. And even though the protests haven't turned bloody yet, fear of violence hangs over Myanmar. For days, police have stood threateningly behind barricades in Yangon, Myanmar's largest city, but the protests seem only to grow in what's become a dangerous zero-sum game.
I want the world to have us. We don't want to back to the darkness again.
Ian Pannell for ABC News Live.
Those protests not dying down. Our thanks to Ian.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.